Hello friends, I'm Nayyar from blogtoot.com, and today in this video I'll show you how you can create a beautiful and professional business website. I'm not just going to show you how to create one website. Instead, I'll teach you the process of creating a professional website using which you can create amazing websites for yourselves and for your clients. Design will be our main focus because that is what makes a website beautiful, unique and amazing. I'll teach you which colors to use, how to use them and how to implement them on your website. We'll also create all the important pages that a business website must have, like the About Us page, Contact Us, Services and Portfolio pages. In short, you're going to learn everything that you need to know to create a professional website. For example, if you see over here, this is the home page that I have created and that I'll show you how you can create step by step. Now it's quite easy to create. In fact, it's really easy to create a website using the steps and the process that I'm going to teach you right now. First of all, if you see, the design looks amazing. It's modern and all the things if you see throughout the website looks amazing. The colors, the icons, everything are really looking amazing, looking good. For example, if you see the first website, you'll see this beautiful divider here at the bottom of this section, and this really looks nice. And again, if you see the button as well, this is also looking amazing. You can see there is a hover effect, and below this button there is a very light shadow. I don't know if you can see that. If you see the first section, the background is actually a gradient, which means it's a combination of two colors, but you can see it's mixing so softly, so smoothly that we cannot see any lines or anything in between. Same thing with the button. The button is also having a gradient and we cannot see any line or anything in between. It's so smooth and so nice. Now, changing anything in the website is really simple. You just need to click on this button, enable visual builder, which is at top of every single page. Now suppose if I want to change this text, it says Fahem Media Enterprises. So I'll select this Fahem. I'll type in Nayyar instead of Fahem. So I'll just delete this thing and I'll type in Nayyar Media Enterprises. You can see so easy it is to make a changes. If I want to make it bold, I'll select it. I'll click on this B, it will make it bold. I will select this I, it will make it italic. I can do so many different things. If I want to change the color, I'll select this thing, this color bucket. I'll select red or any color that I want. And this is how easy it is. Suppose if I want to change the background color of this section, I'll click on this gear icon, which is for the section setting. And let's see how we can do here. As you can see, it says background and this is the color gradient that we have selected. Now suppose if I want to select some different color, and again, as you can see, you can just move these settings anywhere on the page. All right, now suppose if I want to change this to this color. Now as you can see, this is also looking amazing. This background is looking amazing. If you want to select only one single color, you can delete this color from here and select just one color for the background. Just like this. It's so easy. You can also enter or select a media like image or video in the background. This is so easy. And if you have missed some setting, if you have done something by mistakenly, you can press Ctrl Z on your keyboard and that thing will be undone. So it's amazing. Now similarly, if you want, for example, if you see there are three different sections over here and also over here. So if I want this thing maybe at this side, so I can simply drag and drop this thing over here. Now as you can see, this is blank and although these two things are over here. And suppose if I want to bring this thing over here, I can simply do drag and drop. So it is so easy to create this website. Now our main focus, my main focus in this video is to teach you guys what is the process, how to select colors, how to select fonts that really makes a website professional and beautiful. If you see, this website looks amazing. We can add some simple animations that really gives a very nice look, very elegant look to the website. Now let me show you what is the website that you're going to create in this video. I'll show you all the pages and everything that you will be creating in the video. I'll show you the exact thing that we will be creating. So let me just cancel this thing, exit visual builder. I don't want to save any settings, so I'll discard and exit. Alright, so this is the home page. As you can see, this is loading. This is the top section. My company's name is given over here, Fahem Media Enterprises. This is a digital marketing company, so you can do some changes over here. And throughout the website, you'll see I have used this divider. This really looks amazing. It's a small thing, but it really makes a lot of difference. It really adds a lot of beauty and design to your website. Then we also have some text and a call to action button. Now you can change the text on the call to action button. You can redirect this button on any page. Now most of the time we redirect this button to the contact page, because the main aim of any business is to get more leads, more contacts, more customers, more sales. So that is what our main aim is. So most of the time you should be redirecting this button to the contact page. I'll show you how the contact page looks like. First, let's see the home page. Now the second section is our services section. So I have featured 3 different services that I offer on my website. This is email marketing, web development, and Google AdSense. And again, as you can see, this looks so nice. I have designed it really nice. As you can see, the corners are rounded. It is not just any rectangular shape. And this has a very light background, a very light shadow in the background that really looks amazing. And colors are very good, nice and simple colors. Now when you scroll down, this is the third section. This is the About Us page, or the About Us section, I should say. So instead of saying About Us, it says make an impact across the globe. So you can change this text. Obviously, again, we have a call to action button, and all the images that you see on your screen, every single image that you see, I have given all these images for free. So you'll see a link which is given in the video description below. Click on that link and you will download a zip file, unzip that file, and you will have all these images and all the files that I have used in this particular video. Then after that, we have the Our Customers section. So this is basically the testimonial section. Now, if you see, everything is so much better. For example, if you see, the header section is always same. We have a header, this divider, and some subtext. Again, at the top, header, subtext. Header, divider, subtext, as you can see. So we have to make this thing consistent throughout the website. Now, as you can see, there are 2 testimonials given over here. Again, the design is nice and simple. You can see we have also used image in the testimonial, which I think is very, very important. It gives a lot of weightage to these testimonials, because if you just enter some text, it does not look that good. But if you use some real image, it really looks nice. Now I'll explain you more about testimonial, how you can get testimonial of your clients later on in this video. Now at the bottom, we have this contact section. Now this section will be at the bottom of every single page on our website. Because as I said you earlier, the main aim of any business should be to get more contacts, more leads. So we have to enter, or we have to put this section at the bottom of every single page. All right. Now let's see how the About page looks like. All right, guys, as you can see, this is the About page. This is the top section. Okay, so at the top it says About Us or About. You can change this text. So this is the title, some subtitle. Then after that, in the About section, we have some services given: financial advice, investment planning, safe and secure. This is just some dummy services. Obviously, you can change these services later on. You can change the icon. You don't have to upload any icon. All the icons are available on the website. You simply have to select or choose any one of those. So we have the icon, title, and subtitle. 3 services are given over here. Obviously, if you want, you can increase the number of services that are given over here. Then after that, we have this newsletter section. So we'll also see how to connect MailChimp with this website, so that we can also do few simple email marketing, free and simple email marketing. I'll show you how you can do that. Then after that, we have this section. This is the Our Team section. As you can see, we have used real images, name, the position of that person in the company, and all these things. And again, if you see, the header section is consistent even in the About Us page. We have the title, the divider, and the subtext. Now at the bottom, as I said you earlier, we'll have this section at the bottom of every single page. So that is what we have. And I just forgot to mention that we also will be making changes in the bottom section. This is the bottom footer. As you can see, it is like copyright WordPress. So we'll see how to change that and make it Made with Love by Nayyar Shaikh, or you can put in your name. We also have the social links in the background. Alright, so this was the About Us page. Now let's see the contact page, how it looks like. Okay guys, so this is the contact page, and if you see, it looks quite similar to the about page, because as I said you earlier, our main focus, the main focus of any professional website is just to make a website very consistent. So all the pages should look like consistent, should look like similar. It should not be like, one page looking totally different and the other page is looking totally different. So it should not happen that way, because that does not look good. So we have the similar section in the contact page. We have the title, subtitle, then after that we have the reach us section. So you can have your phone number, your address and email given over here. Then after that we have get in touch section. So if the person does not want to call us and they can fill in this form, we'll get their details and we can call them. Now because we have this section already present over here, we don't need that bottom contact section, because one contact section is already present on this website. So I have removed that section, and instead of that I have entered this map. As you can see, this is the map of Mumbai. So you can put and enter any map you want. Alright, now let's see the portfolio or the services page. Okay, so this is the portfolio, the services page. Now obviously this page is also very important for any website. You have to put in your services, you have to show what services you offer and so you have this page over here. The same this top section is similar, our work, and we have some subtext. Then case studies. So we have these services that we provide. This is the title, the image of this service and so on. Alright. Now again we have this section over here, newsletter section, and at the bottom we have the contact section. Alright guys, so this was a very short demo or short demo tour of the website that we'll be creating. This is the exact website that we'll be creating. Creating this website is really easy and you will enjoy the process. Creating is actually fun when you use this builder, which I'm going to show you, Divi builder. I'll show you how to use this builder very professionally, and our main focus will be to use as many modules as possible so that we can get to know more about this particular builder, and you'll become really nice in how to use this particular builder to create any kind of website. And once you create this website, you will get a better idea and you can create different kind of websites by yourself. So you don't need to watch any second tutorial, any third tutorial. After this, you'll get a better idea and you can design any kind of website by yourself. Alright guys, now before proceeding further, I would highly recommend you guys to click on that red subscribe button and also click on that bell icon so that you don't miss any future videos. If this video helps you, give a thumbs up to this video. If you have any doubt, any comments, any suggestions for me, you can leave them in the comment section below. Now all the time frames are given in the video description below. So if you see in the video description, you'll see the time frames when I start creating the home page, the first section, third section, when I start creating the about us page and so on. So if you want to jump directly to about section, you can click on that time frame and you will be redirected to that particular section. Now let's get started. Alright guys, now to create any kind of website, whether it be a simple business website, an e-commerce website, a membership website, any kind of website, you need two basic things: a domain name and a hosting account. Now a domain name is simply the name or the URL of your website. For example, blogtoot.com, youtube.com, google.com, all these things are different domain names. And a hosting is a place or a computer wherein all your website data or files is saved. For example, if you see all these images, all these pages that you have created, this is saved at a computer, in a computer which is running 24/7, so that anyone who visits your website at any given point, at any given time, from any particular place, they can see your website live. So that computer is running 24/7 so that anyone visiting your website at any given time can see your website live. Both the things are very, very important. Without these two, you just cannot proceed further. You must have a domain name so that this is actually the address of your website. So whenever someone wants to visit your website, they'll enter the address of your website, which is the domain name, and they will just land on your website. Now, if you have a domain name, but if you don't have any hosting, they will land on your website, but it will be blank. There won't be anything on the website. So that is when we need the hosting, so that we can host our data, our pages, our files on a particular server. Alright, so both the things are very, very important. Now, a lot of things depend directly or indirectly on the hosting that we choose. For example, the website speed depends directly on the hosting. The most important factor of a speed of a website is the hosting. If you have a good hosting, your website speed will be very nice. pages will load very fast, and that will improve the user experience. People really like the website that really loads fast. We all have experienced that when the website, Google says that if the website takes more than 3 seconds, the person bounces off the website, which means the person exits the websites and goes to some other website. So that is not what we want. So don't worry about that. I'll show you the best hosting, the perfect hosting, the hosting that I personally use on my websites like blogdo.com and nayyar.com, and that is the hosting that I use on my client's website. I have big clients, big corporations that I work for. I don't work for, normal people most of the time. It's the big corporations that we work for, and we use that hosting in those websites. And we also, suppose if some of my friends ask me for any suggestions about the hosting, this is the hosting that I recommend, because the reason is I personally use it on my website, and this is really nice. You'll see all the features, you'll understand it much better. So you simply have to open a new tab and type in blogdo.com/tmd. Alright guys, when you do so, you will land on this page. Now as you can see, as I said you earlier, this is a different kind of hosting. This is not the regular hosting. If you see over here, it says fully managed cloud hosting. So this is not the regular shared hosting that you get. Shared hostings are good, I don't say it's bad, but cloud hosting, cloud shared hosting is way more better, faster and secure than the normal shared hosting. Now let's scroll down. Now when you scroll down, you'll see there are 3 different plans over here: starter, business and enterprise cloud. Let me zoom out a bit. Alright. Now we have to, I personally use the enterprise cloud, but I'll show you the features of everything so that you get a better idea why you should be choosing this hosting above or any other hosting. So if you see, the first 2 options here says 6 core CPU and 6 GB of DDR4 RAM. Now just a few moments ago I have explained you that a hosting is nothing but a computer which is running 24/7, and that computer has all your website data, all your website file. So the computer which these guys are using to host our data, to host our website, is a really strong and robust computer. This computer has a 6 core CPU and a 6 GB of DDR4 RAM, which is amazing. That is really fast. Now the next feature says it has unlimited bandwidth, which means that there is no upper limit on the amount of data that you can transfer from your website, which means that you can download and upload unlimited amount of unlimited amount of data from your website. Now we also get SSD space. Now if you don't know, most of you guys should know SSD versus HDD. Most of the companies, almost all the companies out there in the market, use the HDD space, and this company uses the SSD space. SSD is way more faster and reliable and secure than the regular HDD. If you don't know that, you can simply open a new tab and type in SSD versus HDD web hosting, and you can open that link. Now if you see, there are so many different articles written on this. You can go ahead, read them, you'll get a better idea. But what I do is I click on images so that we can see the same data in a graphical form. And if you see the first result, it has 3 different criteria: speed, IOPS and latency. The orange color is the HDD, which other companies, other hosting providers use, and this green color is the SSD, which we use, which this company TMD uses. Okay, so we have the difference over here. First of all is speed. At the bottom, if you see, it says higher is better, and you can see the speed of SSD is way more higher than the HDD. The second one is IOPS. Again at the bottom it says higher is better, and again if you see, now the difference is around 100 times. So in terms of IOPS, SSD is 100 times better than the regular HDD. Now the third one is latency. Now at the bottom if you see, it says lower is better, and again if you see, the difference is around 100 times. So you get a better idea that there is actually no comparison between SSD and HDD. It's just way more better. Now not only that we get SSD space, we get unlimited SSD space. Now there are other companies out there in the market like SiteGround and A2 Hosting, which are really good and really nice hosting providers, but they provide a very limited amount of SSD space. But here you're getting unlimited SSD space. They will provide around 5, 10 or at the max 30 GB of SSD space, but here you're getting unlimited SSD space, which is amazing. Now we also get unlimited website hosted, which means that you can host unlimited amount of website, unlimited number of websites on one single hosting. So suppose today you're creating this business website, tomorrow you might need to create an e-commerce website or a membership website, or maybe a simple blog. So again, tomorrow you don't need to purchase a new hosting. You can host that website and this website in the same hosting, in this any one of these hosting that you're going to purchase right now. In fact, you can host unlimited amount of website in one single hosting. We'll get a free domain and premium support. Now support is a very important factor when we consider choosing any hosting plan, because hosting websites, all these things are a bit technical and sometimes you might get into trouble and you need a nice support team to solve that problem. Now the great thing about this website, the TMD, is that they have this live chat. As you can see the chat now, you can just click on this and most of the time there is always one person over here. You can just type in your message, what problem you're facing, and they will solve your problem most of the time. Because I personally use this, I always come to this page. Most of the time the issue is solved by this live chat, but if the issue is something big, then they will raise a ticket and your problem will be solved. And after that we get free cPanel and light speed web server. So we have a faster and speed web server. We also get SSL certificates. In fact, we get wildcard SSL certificates. Now if you don't know, if you see the green socket on your website, that is the SSL certificate. Okay, that is very important. You must have that. I cannot show you this thing, but when you click on that, it will say that this connection is secure. On my website also you'll have that thing, connection is secure. But if you don't have this SSL certificate, it will say not secure. So this thing is very important. And also if you don't have an SSL certificate, your website will be not secure. It will not rank higher in Google search engine, and it has really many different problems. For example, you cannot accept payment on a website that does not have an SSL certificate. So this is very important. Now we also get optimum cache and memory cache instance of 256 MB, and performance is 3 times better than these two plans. So in short, this thing is amazing. This thing is really cool. Now if you see there are 3 different plans, I would highly recommend you to start with Business Cloud. Don't select this Starter Cloud, because if you see the difference in terms of money is just $1 single. Starter Cloud is around $6 and this is $7 per month. So just for $1 single difference, you are getting a lot of more features. Here we have 2 CPU core, here we have 4 CPU core, 2 GB DDR4 RAM, 4 GB DDR4 RAM. And the most important thing is that in Starter Cloud, you can host only one website. Whereas in Business Cloud, you can host unlimited amount of website. So for most of you guys, I would highly recommend you to go with the Business Cloud. I am using the Enterprise Cloud. If you can afford that, that's good. But if you cannot afford that, start with the Business Cloud. Click on this Get Started button. Alright guys, now here we have to enter the domain name that we want for free. So you can enter any name. I'm just typing some random name over here, random domain name. After you enter the domain name, you have to select the domain name extension. So most of the time you have to select the .com, or you can also select some country specific domain name. For example, if you're creating this website maybe for an organization, you can select .org. If you're creating this website for a specific country, you can select the country specific domain name extensions over here. For example, if you're creating this only for India, you can select .in. For UK, we have .uk and so on. So it's all up to you. Most of the time, I would recommend you to select and go with the .com extension. So just enter your domain name, select the perfect extension and click on proceed. Alright guys, now we have to enter some basic information about yourself. For example, your first name, last name, your email address, phone number, and all this basic information. Now you also have to enter the password and so on. Now scroll down and you'll see this section, payment information. So if you want to make payment through credit card or debit card, you can use this thing. You can enter the type, you can just select the type of card that you're using, Visa, MasterCard, whatever card you're using. Enter the card number, CVV number, and expiry date. And you can also make payment through PayPal. But if you're from India, most of the people in India have the RuPay card. RuPay card is a local card that is not accepted outside India. So you have to have a Visa or a MasterCard, which is very common in India again. So make sure you have that card. If you have a RuPay card, it will not accept your payment. Now when you scroll down, you will see this purchase information. Now this is a very important section because it has some really important things over here. First of all, you have to choose the data center location. Now you have to select the one which says nearest to you. For example, for me, Singapore says nearest to you, so I'll select Singapore. And period, 12 months is selected by default. I also recommend the 12-month plan, so make sure you don't change this thing. Now you have to untick everything from here. So make sure everything is unticked. Nothing should be ticked mark over here. Now comes the most important thing, because this is the thing that will save you some money. This is the promo code. Enter Nayyar 7, Nayyar and numeric 7 and click on apply. Now as you can see, you're getting so many different amazing features just under $100. Amazing. So make sure you enter this promo code so that you can get some additional discount. Now after you're done with all these things, simply click on this thing, tick mark this thing, I agree to TMD terms of service, and click on checkout. When you click on that checkout button, you'll receive a mail from TMD which would look something like this. Now this is a very important mail. For example, because it has some really important information. If you see over here, it has your username and password, your FTP and cPanel username and password. It has your server IP, your name servers, and all the important things that is required on your website. So make sure you save this email, you mark it star, you just click on this star button, it will be marked starred. And you can do some more things. You can take a printout of this page. You can forward this mail to different, if you use multiple email addresses, then you can forward these to those different email addresses. Just make sure this information is safe and secure. Now you have to scroll down at the bottom. You'll see this thing, control panel link. Open this link in a new tab. Now you have to copy and copy your username and password from here, and you have to paste this thing over here and click on login. Alright guys, so this is the cPanel. Most of the cPanel looks very similar, so this is also quite similar. This is the cPanel of our website. When you scroll down, there are so many different options given over here, but we are not interested in these things. You simply have to go at the bottom under Softaculous App Installer and click on WordPress. Now we have purchased the domain and hosting. Now it's time to install WordPress on our website. Now click on this install now button. You have to select the version that you want to install. So we will be selecting the latest version, which is WordPress 5.0.2. By the time you're watching this video, you might see something else over here, obviously higher version of WordPress. For the protocol, you have to select this one, HTTPS, the one with the extension S, as you can see here, HTTPS, so that we get that SSL certificate. And you have to choose your domain name from here. Now if you're doing this for the first time, you'll see only one domain name, but because I have to create many different websites for tutorial purposes, I have created many subdomains. So simply choose the domain name on which you want to install WordPress. In directory, you will see this WP already typed in. Make sure to delete this thing. Make sure this thing is empty. Now scroll down and you'll see these things, site setting. Change the site name. For example, I can put in my website name over here, blog-dude. Site description will be describing your website, or if you have a tagline, you can also put that tagline over here. So maybe a simple business website. Now scroll down, and this is also very important, admin account. You have to change this thing, okay, username and password. So let me change this thing. Now if you see over here, I have selected this thing. So I have used some uppercase, which is capital letters, some smaller letters, and I have also used this underscore. So make sure to use all these things, use some number, uppercase, lowercase, some symbols and so on. So it is hard to remember. And also change the password. So let me change the password. Fine. And we also have to change the admin email address. Delete this thing and enter your own email address. All right. Now scroll down, come at the bottom and click on install. Now WordPress is getting installed on your website. It will take few seconds. Just relax and wait. Alright guys, so WordPress is successfully installed on our website. Now as you can see, we have two different links. The first thing is the website link, and the second one is the administrative URL, which is the dashboard link. Let's open both the links in a new tab. Let's cut these things. Okay guys, so this is your dashboard. This is how the dashboard looks like. This is the place from where you'll control your website. Whenever you want to create a new page, a new product, whenever you want to do anything on your website, you will be doing that from here. Now, whenever you want to come to your dashboard, you simply type in your website name, put a / and type in wp-admin. All right. So this is how you do that. And this is our website. This is how the website looks like. All right. So when you come to the dashboard, we have to do few settings. So first of all, let's click on this logout. Let's remove this thing. Now click on this appearance from the left hand side. You'll see this appearance. Click on that. You'll see there are few themes which are already installed on your website. We don't need them. We don't require them. So we have to delete it. So select this second one. Click on this delete button. Select this one. Delete it. Alright, so this is it. Now we have this theme. We will not be requiring this theme as well. We'll install our own theme. Now, first of all, for those of you guys who are new to WordPress, a theme is basically the design of the website. So whenever you want to change the design of your website, you simply change the theme. For example, if you see, this is the 2019 theme which is installed right now. And this is how our website looks like. So this is the design of this particular theme. Now, when you want to change our website and make it something amazing like this, we'll be changing the design, we'll be changing the theme. Now click on this plugins, which is again at the left hand side. So click on this plugins. Now as you can see, we have some pre-installed plugins that we don't require. This is the caching plugin. So you can deactivate this thing, and we have to delete all these things. So tick mark over here, it will select everything, select bulk action, select delete and click on apply. This will delete all these plugins. All right. So the main aim is to delete everything that we don't require, that is not necessary to us. All right. So now our website is nice, clean and clear. Now we have to install the theme that will make our website amazing like this. And so that we can use this visual builder and we can design our website very easily and really professionally. Now, so to get that theme, you have to open a new tab and type in blog. Let me type in that over here, blogdude.com. Okay, again it went up. So blogdude.com/Divi, Divi. Now this link is also given in the video description below, so you don't even need to type in that. You simply have to click on that link. Now when you do so, you will be redirected to this page. Now this is the Divi page builder that we'll be using. As you can see, there is some sale going on. So if you're lucky, you can just grab this sale if you see some sale over here. All right. Now when you scroll down, you will see all the features that is present over here. As you can see, you know, all this visual builder, you can see the drag and drop thing, everything is present over here. You also get many different, this is not the only theme. Divi is not the only theme that you get few more themes free with it. You get few more plugins with it, so you can use them as well. Now if you want to download that, you simply have to click on this button at the top, join to download. And if you see that there are two different plans, yearly access and lifetime access. This one is $89 per year. You'll get access to all the plugins, all the themes. You'll get theme updates and premium support, unlimited website usage and all these things. And this is for the lifetime access. So you just purchase this one time and you don't need anything else. So I am having the lifetime access. Now just I would like to clear one misconception. People think that when this yearly access, you have to pay $89 per year. That is not the case. So what actually happens is you pay this amount, you'll get all access to all the themes and plugins. Now for one complete year, you'll get all the updates. And after that, after 1 year is completed, you won't get updates, but you will have all the themes and plugins with you. So that is also very important to consider. So don't think that you have to pay this amount every single year. You have to purchase this, you have to just pay this thing just once. You can have all these things, all the plugins and themes with you. But if you want the update after that, after 1 year also, if you want the latest version of this thing, you'll have to purchase it again. All right. But for one complete year, you'll have everything. And again and again, I'm saying the same thing. You don't, if you're good with your website, if you think everything is fine, you don't need to purchase this thing again. You can just have it for lifetime. Okay. If you don't need the, future updates. So make sure to remember that. Okay. Now I'm using the lifetime access. Whatever plan you like, just click on this sign up today button, fill in your details. your your username, email address, password, first name, last name, and in the next page you have to enter your card details. So make sure to do that. So I won't be doing that because I already have this thing. So I'll go back and I'll simply log in. So you have, once you purchase that, you can click on login. You can put in your username and password and click on member login. Also, there is some new feature coming. Okay, I think it has already come. So they are giving you this pop-up that a new feature is available right now. Now I'm not interested in this. So I'll click on member login. Alright, so as you can see, we have this Divi theme, we have this theme, we have so many plugins and many things over here available. Now you have to go to account. So click on account. You will see all your details over here, and you have to click on this thing, your API key. Now here you will see your API key. You have to copy this key and we have to paste in that key. Now before that, we'll have to download the plugin. So again, click on downloads. And we have to download the theme. So this is the theme. So click on this download button. Okay, as you can see, so I am canceling this because I already have this thing downloaded. So once you download this theme, you come to your website, click on appearance. Now click on add new, because this is a theme and we want to add a new theme. Now because we have the file, we have to upload that file. So click on upload theme, choose file and choose that file. So here it is, select this file, click on open and click on install now. So that file is getting installed. If you want to see the progress, you can see at the bottom left corner of your browser. If you're using Google Chrome, it's 50% and it's increasing. Let's wait. Alright guys, now as you can see, this is successfully installed. Now it's time to activate the theme. So simply click on this link which says activate. Okay, so first of all, we have to register the theme. So you will see this Divi theme over here. Hover Divi and click on theme options. Now click on updates and you have to enter your username and API key. So let me enter my username and go to your account and click on account. And we have to click on your API key. Now you will see this API key over here. Copy it from here and paste it under API key and click on save changes. Now you'll see this OK button, which means everything is good. Now we'll get all the updates for lifetime. So what we have to do, first of all, we can simply start creating the website now because all the things are already done. So what we'll do is we'll do few basic settings, few necessary settings before proceeding further. So we'll click on this settings. Let's see some general settings, whether everything is fine. So if you want to change the site title, if you have not done yet, you can change it from here. Your tagline, your WordPress, you don't do anything with this thing, WordPress URL and site address. Just change the email address if you want, and rest everything is fine. You can change the site language and all these things. Now, if everything is fine over here, go to reading. We'll do some changes over here, okay, at the end of this video. Now click on permalinks and make sure this thing is selected, post name, okay. By default, the day and name is selected. Make sure post name is selected, okay, not the day and name. Select the post name and click on save changes. Alright guys, now we can start creating the website. So first of all, we'll have to create the about page. So hover pages and click on add new. I'm sorry, I said about page. We have to click create the home page. Alright, as you can see, the interface is changed because we are using the WordPress 5, which is the latest version, which is released just few days ago. So this is how it looks. We are not really interested in this thing because we'll be using the page builder. Simply type in the title over here. So I'm typing home for the home page and click on publish. Alright, now once it is published, you will see this link, view page. You can click on over here, or you can click on this link. Now this is the home page. This is how it looks. Now it's time to do some changes on this page. So it's quite easy. Click on this link at the top, enable visual builder. You'll get this pop-up whether you want to take a tour or start building. So we don't need to take any tour because I'm there with you, so don't worry. Simply click on this start building. Now you'll get three different options. Whether you want to build your website from scratch, choose a pre-made layout, or clone an existing website. We'll see all the three options, but first let's start with building from scratch, because that is our main motto. We want to see how to create a website from scratch. Okay, so select this thing. Alright, now it will ask you to select a row and number of columns. So if you see the first section, we have one single column. This is a row, so every single section is in one row. For example, this is one row, then we have this thing, this is in one row. Okay, and in that row we have to divide that into different columns. For example, here everything is under one single column, but here we have 1, 2, 3 columns. Okay, so for the first section we just have one column and one row. So we'll select this one row, one column. Now the first thing that we have over here is this thing, digital marketing, and this name. So this is actually a text, so we can select text. So you can search for text. You'll see this text module, select that. Alright, now you'll see this module over here. You can drag this thing anywhere you want. So I'm dragging this over here so that I can see what is happening at the top. We have to do two things over here. We have to enter these two texts, digital marketing and Fahem Media Enterprises. Okay, so you have to enter all those things over here. So let's delete this and type in whatever we want. So I'm typing digital marketing, and in the next line I'm typing Fahem Media Enterprises. Now because the style of both these texts is different, for example the first text is quite small, the second one is quite big, I'll change the heading for this one. So for the first one, when you select this thing, you will see this thing over your paragraph, so that is fine. But for the second one, I'll select the second text and I'll select heading 1 or heading 2, whatever you can select. So I'm selecting heading 1. Okay, first one is paragraph simple text and second one is heading 1. Now I'll explain you why we did this, so that you get a better idea why we did this. And in one single text option we can do styling to both the text. Now go to design. So let's understand this thing. Okay, now if you see over here we have three different options: content, design, and advanced. Now in every single module you will see these three options. So whether you use text, whether you use map, any module you use, you will see these three options: content, design, and advanced. In the content you obviously have to enter the content, which we already did. We have entered the content over here, we have entered the text. You have some more option. For example, if you want to link this text to some different page or something, you can, or some URL, you can enter that URL, but we are not interested in that. If you want to add some background color to this particular thing, only to these two texts, you can select that and you can enter some background, for example like this, but we are not interested in this as well. So I'll delete this thing. Okay, and then this is the admin label, you don't have to change this thing. Now in the design, obviously we have to do all the designing. You can change the color, the size, the spacing, border. You can add some shadow, some animation, and so on. So we are going to see this thing right now. Okay, so first of all I want to change the styling of this thing, digital marketing. Now if you remember, that was the simple text, that was the paragraph. As you can see, when you hover this, it says paragraph over here. So let's select this thing. So if you want to make changes to the paragraph, you'll select this option, text. Okay, and let's do the changes over here. So first of all, the size is quite smaller. If you see over here, as compared to this one, it is quite smaller. So I'll increase this size to maybe 24 pixels. Now as you can see, the size is increased a bit, and I'll do some more changes. If you see over here, there is letter spacing, which means after every single letter there is some space. Okay, you can see that by yourself. So let's add some spacing over here. So you'll see letter spacing option, enter 10 pixels. Now if you see, both the text are doing the same changes, but don't worry, we'll fix that thing. Okay, first of all, let's see these things. Now I want some gap at top and bottom of this particular text. So I'll increase the line height to 2 em. Okay. Now we have some more option. When you scroll down, we have the text orientation. So we obviously have to make it center. So make it center aligned. Okay, now as you can see, this is now aligned in the center. We have to change the color, but we'll do that later on, because if you change the color right now, if you make it white, it will disappear because the background is also white. So we'll change the color later on. Now select this heading text and we have to select the heading 1, H1. Because if you remember over here under the text option, we have made this thing heading 1. If you see, let me scroll up, as you can see heading 1. That is why we have to select heading 1 over here. Now first of all, I'll change the font font style or the font family from here. So I'll select this font and I'll search for Roboto. Now as you can see, when we search for Roboto, you get this option, select this thing. Now as you can see, this design or this style is changed, and I'll make it a little bit bolder. So I'll select this and select bold. Fine. Now when you scroll down, it is already aligned center, but still we can select this thing, and we have to increase the size of this one. So I'll make it 66 pixels because this is quite bigger. Now as you can see, it has come in two line because there is some letter spacing going on over here. So I'll enter 1 pixel in the letter spacing. Now as you can see, this looks normal and nice, and we don't have to do any more changes. So we can just click on save changes and it will save all the changes that we have done. So make sure whenever you do some changes to your website, you click on this link and click on this save button so that all the changes are saved. If something happens to your computer, if power goes off and something like that, you still have these changes saved. You can also press Ctrl S on your keyboard and that will do the work for you. Alright guys, so let me first do one thing. Let me change the background color of this row. As you can see, let's first make the background color like this in the demo website, and after that we can change the color of the text. We can make it white. Okay, so to change the color of the background of this row, we have to select this thing. So you can hover this, you will see this blue section over here, and you'll see this gear icon. Click on that gear icon and we have this background option. Select this thing. If you want to select only one color, click on this plus button and select any color that you want. For example, as you can see, if you want, you can decrease the transparency, you can decrease this color, make it light and dark and all those things. All these options are available over here, but I don't want to do that. I'll delete this and I'll select this gradient color because I want to select a combination of two color. Now when you click on this plus button, you will see that automatically two color is selected. So if you want, you can select this thing. If you like this, it's good, but I want to select some different color. I want to select this dark blue and something like this. Okay, so let me do that. For first color, I'll open this and I'll enter the code 3353F4. Okay, when you select this code 3353F4, you get this exact dark color. For the second one, I'll select this color 0FFCC1. Now as you can see, this looks quite good. Now we have to do some more settings. As you can see, in this one looks quite good, but this is not looking that good. So let's do some settings. So for that, what we have to do, we have to change the degree and all those things. So when you scroll down, you have two type of gradient, linear, and we have this radial. So we want the linear, which is fine, but we want to decrease or change the direction. So this is at present 180 degree, which means one color is at top and one is at bottom. I want to change this thing. So I'll reduce this thing. I'll make it something like maybe 140 to 50. So between 140 and 50 degrees, so that we have this color at the left hand side and this at the right hand side. All right. So this is how it will look. Okay. And we have to do few more settings. After we add some more things over here, it will look much better. Let me make it 146. Fine. Rest everything is fine. You don't have to do anything. You can simply come over here and click on OK. Now let's change the color of this text. So select this gear icon, go to design, text, and let's make it white. Select this second one, heading 1, and let's make it white as well. Now this is looking much better. Now after this, we have this divider. So let's add this divider. So however this, click on this plus button, this gray plus button, black plus button, whatever it is, and search for divider module. So this is the module we want. Select this, and we have, if you see, we already have this line over here, but we have to change this style a bit. So select this thing, design. First of all, we have to select the color. So if you see, the color is this color, something between this orange color. So if you select this, a little bit lighter version of this color, fine. So you can use these two things to make it lighter and transparent. Now the color looks good. Now let's select this style. So it should be solid and top, which is fine. Now sizing. Now this is the most important setting. If you increase the width weight, as you can see, divider weight, it will become more bolder. As you can see, when I make it 4, it is become more bolder. Now I want to decrease the size. I want to make it 0 pixels because we don't have anything to do with size over here. Now for the width, I'll make it 10%, 10 or 15%, it's all up to you, and make it center aligned. So select this thing and it will be aligned in the center. This is how it looks. And I think the color should be a little bit lighter. Let's select this yellow color and yeah, this is looking much better. Let's click on OK and let's save this page. So whenever you do some settings, make sure to save the page. And after that we have this text, simple text. So let me copy this text from here, come over here, again click on this gray plus button over here, this one, and search for text. Select this text module, delete these text and paste in your text, whatever you like. So I am pasting in this text. Alright, so this is how it is looking. As you can see, gray color and all those things. Now we have to do some changes to this one as well. So select design, select this text and let's make some changes over here. First of all, we have to change the color to white. Alright, and scroll down and let's increase this size to 20 pixels. Now as you can see, looking much better. Let's make it center aligned. So select this text orientation and select center. Alright, this is looking much better, exactly like this one. Now the last module in this particular section is this button. And as you can see, this is quite a beautiful button. So let's see how we can do that. So again, hover this and click. If you cannot click on that gray button, sometimes all these buttons come very close, so we cannot see that button. So what you can do, you can increase the width of this temporarily and you can now click on this gray button, as you can see. So click on this and search for button and select this module. This is how it will look by default. As you can see, this is the button over here. If you follow my cursor, first of all, we have to change the text. It says get started. So let me type in get started. Now, if you want, you can select a link. You can paste in the link to wherever this button should be redirected to. You can click on this button and you can select a page link and you can just select that page. Okay. Now, because we haven't created any page, that's why we don't get any options. So for now, we can delete it, but you can enter some page link over here. Now let's design this button. So click on design and first of all, we have to change the alignment. So select this, click on center. Now this button is in center. Now select this button and make this thing on. Use custom style for button and let's style this button. So first of all, I want to decrease the size. I want to make it 14 pixels. We cannot see anything right now, but let's change the text color to white. Now as you can see the button. Because here also this text color is white, as you can see that get started text is in white color. That's why we have selected that color. Now after this, it's time for the background color. And again, we have this gradient color. So I'll select this second one, click on this plus button. For the first one, I'll select yellow. And for the second one, I'll select this orange. And again, I'll change the direction of this one so that we have something like this one. Okay, so yellow is at the left hand side and this orange is at the right hand side of this button. Okay, so let's do that. So let me just reduce this thing. Let me make it so select something around 130. Okay, this was looking better. And for the end position, basically this start position is when should this yellow color start, and end when should this end. Okay, so as you can see, when I increase the start position, yellow color is going all through the button, but when I decrease this is the normal state. So basically you have to set this to 0 and 100. This looks much better. Now I don't want this border color. You can see that white border color. I don't want that, so I'll enter 0 over here. Okay, so that border color is gone. Now let's do some more changes. First of all, if you see this button, it's quite beautiful. We have this circular thing. It's not any rectangular button. It's a nice circular thing. So we'll have to make the edges circular. So you'll see this option, button border radius. Increase this till you see this circular button. Okay, just like this. And for letter spacing, I want to add some letter spacing. So I'll select 2 pixels over here. Okay, as you can see, 2 pixels letter spacing. Now we have to change the font. So let's do that. Select this thing, and for the font I want the Roboto, so I have already used it, so I have this font over here, Roboto. Select this thing and let me increase this size. First of all, I think we don't have any icon over here. Yeah, we don't have any icon, so I'll untick this, use button icon. I'll untick that one, and let me make this thing capitalized. Okay, so when you click on this TT button, TT icon, it will make it uppercase. Okay, just like this. Now let's add some padding or some spacing. So select this spacing. For the padding, top and bottom, select 7 pixels. So just enter 7 for top and bottom, and for the left and right, select 15 pixels. Okay, this is how it is looking, exactly like the demo website. Now let's add some shadow as well. So select box shadow and select the second one. Now as you can see, we have this shadow over here in this button, but there's one thing missing over here. When I hover this button, nothing happens, which means that when I move my mouse over this button, nothing happens. Whereas if you see in the demo website, when I move my mouse over this button, when I hover this button, we see a little bit of animation. So let's add that. It's quite easy. So again, select this button option, scroll down under, yeah, here it is, letter spacing. Now you'll see this arrow icon. So select this thing. So this, if you select this thing, you'll see this option, default and hover. Select hover and make it 4 pixels. All right. Now what is actually happening over here is the default letter spacing is 2. But when you hover this, the letter spacing should become 4. Okay, so we'll see a little bit of animation. Let's see. Now as you can see, when I hover this, the letter spacing becomes 4 and it looks like a simple animation. So this is how it is done. So let's click on OK. Okay, so we have seen text, we have seen divider, we have also seen the button, and we have also seen how to change the color of the row and so on. We have seen gradient color. Now let's add this beautiful divider in the bottom. So for that, again, we'll select this row. So click on this gear icon, go to design, select divider, and we have top and bottom. So you can add a divider at top and also at bottom. So we don't have any divider at top, as you can see, but we do have this beautiful divider at the bottom. So select bottom. Now let's select the divider style. So click on this and we have to select this one. Select this. Now as you can see, this divider is now applied in this section. This is how it looks. Now let's increase the size of this divider so that it looks good. And okay, this much looks good. Around 260, 270. Okay, this is looking better. Click on OK. So this looks quite amazing. Okay, so this is our first section. So our first section is successfully completed. Now whenever you use this text module, we have to see one thing. Let me show you what I mean by that. So at the bottom of this page, you'll see these icons, desktop, tablet and mobile phone. So most important thing for us is the phone view, because most of the visitors on your website will be from mobile phone. So select this phone view. Let's see how it looks. In mobile phone, this is how it will look. I don't like this look, so I'll do some changes over here. First of all, I'll select the first thing, click on this gear icon and go to design, text. I'll decrease this letter spacing. This is only for mobile. Remember that we have selected this mobile version. So this is only for mobile. So click on this mobile icon. Make sure you're under this phone. Okay, as you can see, I'm under phone. So in phone, this thing should be 2 pixels. Now as you can see, digital marketing is in one single line. Make sure phone is selected and you're entering this under phone. Now when you select this tablet, this is how it will look in tablet, and I think this looks better, so no need to do any changes. So let's come back to phone. Let's make some changes to this text. Okay, heading 1 text. So select this heading text, heading 1, scroll down, and we have to change this size. So again, hover this, click on this phone icon, make sure you're under phone, and in mobile phone, I want to make this size of this to 30 maybe. Not 30, let's select 45. Yeah, this looks much better. Alright, so this is how you can do some changes as to how your website looks on a mobile phone and how the same website looks on a desktop. Now don't worry, in desktop everything will be same. Let me show you. Click on this OK. Again click on this desktop icon. Now as you can see, everything is same, but when you see this website in mobile phone, this is how it looks. So you can control these things, quite amazing. Now let's get started with the second section. So we have this section, our services section. Let's do this. Let's see how we can create this section. So again, come back to this page and click on this blue plus button to add a new section. Click on this, select regular and select one single column, because as you can see over here, we have everything under one column. And after that, we'll have to add another row with 3 columns. But for now, we have to add only one column. Alright, so first of all, we have to add a text because we have this thing over here, this text over here, our services. So let's click on OK. Or maybe sometimes what you can do, instead of text, you can use call to actions. We'll see how to use those call to actions as well later on in this video. For now, you can use simple text. So select this thing and search for text module. And here it is. Select this one. And let's scroll down and delete everything and enter the title as our services. As you can see, we have typed our services. Now let me make it heading 2, heading 3, heading 1. It's all up to you. I keep it at heading 2 so that we can see where to do the changes. Okay, now go to design, select heading text, and because we have selected heading 2, select H2 from here, as you can see, and we'll do all the changes over here. Now for the title of my website, for the title of all these things, I want to select Railway font, RALEWAY. So whatever font you select for the title, make sure all the other titles have also the same title, okay? Same font, so that it looks similar, it looks consistent throughout the website. Now let's make it bold because this is a title. So select bold and make it centerline, obviously. Change the color to black if it is not already black. And we have to do some more settings. Let's increase the size of this one to 65 pixels, looking better. Scroll down and let us do rest. Everything looks fine. Click on OK. And after that, we have this divider. So let's add this divider. So come over here, click on this gray plus button to add a new module. Search for divider. Now let's do some settings. Go to design. First of all, color. So we have the same color. If you want, you can add some different color. Okay, it's all up to you. Or if you want, you can do one more thing. You can just cancel this, delete this thing. If you want to save some time, you can come over here, select this divider, right click on this and click on copy module. Now come over here and click on this plus button, right click on this plus button and select paste module. Now as you can see, we have this divider over here. So we don't even need to create this thing. This is the most important part when you're creating a website. We have to reduce the things which are repetitive, so we don't have to do one thing every single time. We do it once and we don't have to do it again. Okay, so we just copy and paste everything from here and there if we have the same thing to do. Okay, so this is exactly what we have done. Now there is one thing over here. If you see, there is a lot of gap between this text and this divider, so I want to reduce that. So you can select this text, click on this gear icon, go to style, select spacing, and under the bottom margin select 10 or 15 pixels. Now as you can see, the space is reduced. Okay, so make sure you put custom margin and margin bottom 10 pixels. Click on OK. Now after this, we have this text. So let me copy this text from here. Come over here, click on this plus button, this gray plus button. Again, if you're not able to click on this bottom gray plus button, what you can do, you can just add some gap over here. You can simply hover this mouse and you can make it up and down, and this will add some gap. Now this is temporary. After that, we have to decrease this gap, but for now we can add this so that we can click on that gray button. Okay, now when you hover this, you should see this gray icon. Now click on this plus button and search for text module again. Select this and let's paste in the text over here. And after that, we have to design it. So go to design, text, and let's make it font, text font and everything is fine. Just increase the size to 18 pixels and let's increase the line height to 1.8. Okay, so you can do it from here as well, 1.8. Okay, click on OK. I want this divider at top and this one at bottom. So let's do these changes. Fine, so it is looking better. Let's make this center align. I forgot to do that. So go to design, text alignment center, which is over here. Make it center align, click on OK. If you see over here, there is one thing which is missing. This thing is on 2 lines and we have this just in 1 line. So what we can do is, if you hover this green section, you will see this box. So this is the width of this section. Now I can do one thing. I can decrease the width of this section or this row so that my content has to come and has to adjust in only in that particular width. Now if you don't understand that, don't worry, let me show you this. So you have to hover this green section and click on this gear icon. Now go to design and sizing. Now let's change the width of this section. So click on this one, use custom width, and by default it is 1080p. So I'll make it 700 pixels. Now as you can see, now what is happening is, let me click on OK. Now when we hover this, as you can see, this thing is now reduced. Now everything will have to adjust under 700 pixels. So this is also quite good. This looks nice. Now after this, we have this thing. We have to add 3 different services, and this services design looks amazing. Let's add this one. So what we'll do is, we'll click on this green button so that we can add a new row with 3 different columns. So select this 3 column row. And for this one, we have to add image, because if you see, first we have the image, then we have this thing at the bottom. Now let's select the image. So click on this plus button and upload files, select files. And you'll have already said you this earlier, that you'll see a link in the video description below. Click on that link and you will download a zip file. When you unzip that file, you'll see all these images in that file. So you can use these images for demo purposes. Okay. So let me select this image and click on open. Now click on upload an image. Now as you can see, we have this image over here. This looks quite small and the design is not at all good. It's just a simple image, but we'll fix that thing. Okay, we'll change the design later on. For now, just click on OK. Let's scroll down, and after that we have this thing. Okay, this text. So let's do that, or maybe before that, let's add some animation, something to this image, because if you see, we have this corners, the top 2 corners rounded, and we also have a lighter shadow to this image. So let's add these 2 things first. So come over here and select this image, click on this gear icon, this module setting, go to design, and first of all let's add border. So select border, and when you select these rounded corners, as you can see it says rounded corners. If you type in something, for example 25 pixels, as you can see all the 4 corners are now rounded. But I want to do only the top 2 corners. Okay, so what I can do, first I'll have to unzip this, or I'll have to unlock this. So click on this and now we can add individual. So first, for the top 2, I want to make it maybe 10 pixels. Yeah, just a little bit, maybe 15 pixels. Yeah, so 15 pixels for top 2 corners, and top bottom corners I don't want to add anything. So 0 pixels. Okay, normal. Now as you can see, these top 2 corners are now rounded and the bottom corners are simple. Now let's add shadow. So select this box shadow, select the first style. Okay, this one. This will add a lighter shadow through, in this image. You can control this shadow, how this looks, if you want to increase the strength and all these things. For example, box shadows, spread strength, this is 0 pixels. You can increase this. Now as you can see, the shadow is increasing. Okay, you can control these things. Okay, but I think 0 looks better. So select 0, or maybe if you want, you can just select 1 or 2. Don't make it very much, very high. Just make it 1 or 2, or maybe 0. So for now, I am just selecting 0 for me. And you can control these things as well. Box shadow, blur strength, it is 18 pixels by default. You can make it higher, lower, but I think the default one looks better, so I'll make it 18. Fine. Now click on OK. So we have the image. Now let's add this text. Okay, email marketing and this text. So for this, we'll use call to action button. Now we can also use text, but instead of that, I'll use call to action button, and I'll show you and I'll explain you the reason for that. Now for these things also, for these text also, you can use call to action button, but using text is much better. Here I'll use call to action and I'll explain you the reason why I use that. Okay, first of all, click on this gray plus button and search for call to action. Select this thing and this is how it will look. Now let's change the title to email marketing. So let me copy this title, change the title, and let's change this text to this one. So select this and delete the content and paste in your own content. Sometimes when you copy and paste some text from other website, what happens is it copies the style. So if you copy and paste something, it's better to paste under the text section over here, text. So let me paste it over here. Now as you can see, this looks normal. Okay, so this is how it should look. Now let me change the design and style of this particular section. So first of all, I'll go to design. If you want, you can change the background color. We'll change that later on. First, let's change all this text. So go to design and let's first change this heading. So select this title text. Now for the title, I want railway. So I'll select this railway font. We have already used that. That's why we have this font over here. So select this thing and let's increase this size to maybe 30 pixels, 30, 32, 35, whatever you like. Select that pixel and let me also increase the line height. Okay, so I'll make it 1.5. This will add some space at top and bottom of this particular heading. When you hover this, you can see this blue color gap. So as you can see, there is a nice amount of gap at the bottom. So that is what it does. Now let's select the body text. So select this body text. Now for the body text, I want the font style to be Montserrat. So search for Montserrat, MONTSERRAT. Here it is. Select this one. And for the font size, I just want to increase it a little bit. So make it 15. Fine. Now let's change the color of this background. So I'll go over here in the content, select color, and you can change this to this color. Now we have to change this color. So if you see, we have to make it this color. So what you can do, if you want to know the exact same color, you can go to that website, whatever website it is. You can just right click over there, click on inspect. Let's see, we'll get the exact same color. First of all, I want to see this in mobile, in normal format. Alright, now as you can see at the right hand side, you will see that color. So as you can see, here it is. A background color, you have this color code. You can copy this color code. You'll also see that color in this box. Okay, now come over here and paste in that exact same color. So as you can see, this is how it looks. And let's make the bottom two corners rounded. Okay, these two corners rounded, and let's also add this shadow in this section. So for that, we'll go to design. First of all, we'll select the border. We'll delink this thing first of all, and we'll make it 15 pixels for the bottom two corners. Now as you can see, both are now rounded. Then we'll add the shadow. So select box shadow, select the first one. We also have the shadow over here. Now we have to reduce this gap. We have to remove this gap and we have to make it one single thing. Okay, first click on OK. Now select this image, click on this gear icon, go to design, spacing. You'll see this custom margin, top and bottom. Under bottom, type 0. Now as you can see, that space is gone and now these two are linked. Now we can click on OK. Now make sure to save the changes. Now if you see one thing in this website, this looks quite big, quite beautiful, nice and clean. But here it looks quite small. So for that, we'll have to increase the size. As I have explained you earlier in this section, that whatever section pixel it is, width it is, every content will have to adjust according to that width. So if I hover this green color thing, you'll see this box. So all the content will be under this box. So I'll have to increase the width of this box. Okay, so let me show you how we can do that. So click on this gear icon and go to design, sizing, use custom width. By default, as you can see, it is 1080. I want to make it 1440p. Okay. Now as you can see, it is looking quite bigger and better. I also want to decrease this custom gutter width. Now first let me do one thing. First I'll show you what this gutter is. Okay, so first click on OK. Now I don't have to do this thing again. I don't have to add an image and do all this same process, what I can do is I can hover this and copy this, duplicate this module, okay, or one like this, and we can drag this module over here. This is one way. The other way is right click on this module, click on copy module, come over here, right click on this plus button and click on paste module. Okay, this is the other way. All right, or you can just click on over here and just press Ctrl V on your keyboard and it will do the work for you. So both the ways you can do these settings. Okay, now if you see over here between these columns, this is the gap. So if you want, you can decrease this gap. Okay, this is the gutter between all these columns, this is the gap. So I want to decrease this gap, so I'll click on this, go to design, sizing, and I'll use this thing, use custom gutter width, and it is 3 pixels by default. I want to make it 2. Now as you can see, that gap is now reduced to 2. Now click on OK, and always make sure to save the changes. Now we have our work is so much better and reduced. Now we don't have to do this styling again, we just have to change the content. So let's click on this gear icon, let's change the image, upload the image, let's use this one, click on OK, click on upload an image. Now as you can see, all this styling is already applied, we just have to change the image, click on OK. Now for this, just change the title to web development. So I'll change the title over here, click on this gear icon, make it web development, fine. And we also can change the background color for this one. So let's select this color, right click over here, click on, just right click over here and select inspect. Now at the right hand side, you'll see that color, just scroll down, here it is, background color, click on this, copy this, come over here and paste in this color code, as you can see. So this is how you have to do it, okay? And always make sure to save the changes. So as you can see, we just do this thing once, and after that we can just copy and paste that thing, okay? So this saves a lot of time. And after that, let's move on to the third section, which is this about section. So let's see how we can create this section. Okay, so to do so, again, come back to this page, click on this blue plus button to add a new row, and select these 2 columns, because as you can see, 1 column and 2 column. All right, in the first column we have to add the image. So search for image, select this image module, just paste in or just select that image. This image is also given in the file. Select this image, click on open, click on upload an image. This doesn't look like in the demo website, but we'll change this. Okay, first of all, make it yes, save changes. Now select this thing in a row, this row setting, this green gear icon, and go to design, sizing, and select this thing, make this row full width. Okay, and select this one, use custom gutter width and make it 1 pixels. Okay, now as you can see, this looks similar to this section. Okay, click on OK. This is how it looks. Now in this section, we have to add this text. Okay, so for this we can use the call to action instead of text, and I just forgot to mention one thing, that the difference between call to action and text. Now let me do one thing, let me see this in a mobile view. Now as you can see, in the mobile view, we had to change this text because we had used the text, but here, because we have used the call to action button, call to action thing is mobile friendly, so this text size is already and automatically reduced, whereas in this we had to reduce the size because we had used the text module. So that is the main difference between the text module and the call to action module. Okay, so here also we have to select the call to action module. So I'll click on add a new module and I'll search for call to action, select this one. Now the title here says make an impact across the globe. So I'll copy and paste this under the title. The second one is this text. So I'll copy this text from here and scroll down. Now whenever you copy and paste something under the content, make sure to paste under the text. Okay, let me bring this thing over here so that you can see everything over here. Okay, now let's make changes to this section. So go to design, and First of all, let's change this text, this title. Okay, so select this thing, select this title text. Now for the font family, I want Railway because that is the font I'm using for most of my titles. And let's make it bold. Fine. And after that, let's increase this size of this one. So I'll make it 45. Okay, this is how it looks. And we have to make it left aligned. This is not center aligned. So I'll select this left alignment. Here it is. This simply click on this. And now I'll do one more thing. As you can see, the gap, the line height over here is quite bigger. So there's a nice amount of difference and gap between both the lines. So let me increase that. So by default it is 1 EM. I want to make it 1.3 EM. Okay. So this will increase this gap. Now let's make some changes to this text. So select this one, body text. Let's select the font family as Montserrat. And let's change the font size to 16 pixels. And make it left align, and let's add some gap, some more gap between the lines. Okay, so for the line height, I'll make it 1.8 or maybe 1.9 is also looking good. So click on OK. Now let me do one thing. Let me remove this background color. So I'll select this gear icon, module setting, scroll down, select the background setting and untick this use background color. Okay, so that is now gone. Now let's add background color to this complete column. Okay, and to do so, what you have to do, you have to click on this gear icon, this green gear icon, select background, and we have this option column 1 background, column 2 background. Select the column 2 and paste in this code 28BECC. Okay, you'll see this color, and let's make a little bit transparent. So I'll decrease this transparency to maybe let's see, over here it looks something like this, so maybe a little bit more. So 0.75. You'll see this option over here at the last one is 0.75. So decrease the transparency of this one, okay, to 0.75. And if you see one thing, because we have removed the background, everything is touching the corners. Okay, there is no gap, no padding at left and right and all those things. So we'll have to add that as well. So go to design, go to spacing, select column 2 padding. Okay, select this one, column 2 padding, and enter under the padding top and bottom, enter 7%. Okay, don't enter 7 pixels, enter 7%. Okay, and under left and right, enter 6%. Fine. Now it's very useful. Percentages are quite useful. So even if someone is visiting the website on a mobile phone, it will display according to percentage and not according to pixels. Okay, so for example, let me first click on OK. So if you select 200 pixels at the top, if someone views this website on a mobile phone, in desktop 200 pixels look quite small, but in mobile phone 200 pixels will be quite large. So if you see this website in a mobile phone right now, when you scroll down, as you can see, the gap is so small because this is percentage. Now this is 7% according to this screen, and here the gap is quite big, and this is the 7% according to this screen. Okay, I hope you understood that. So that is why we use a percentage over here. Okay. Now after this, we have to select this button. So it's quite easy. Just click on this gear, this plus button, gray plus button, and search for button. And this button says get started. So just type in get started. Now go to design. Let's design it. Alignment is fine, left align, so it's fine. Go to button. Make this thing yes to use custom style for button. Now let's change this style. Let's decrease the size to 14 pixels. Text size. Okay, so text is decreased now. Text color should be white, so select white, because here also the text color is white. As you can see, get started. Now for the background color, select this color, hashtag 078EC4. You'll see this nice color over here. Okay, now I don't want any width, so I'll make it 0 border width. Now for the border color, not required because we don't have any border over here. Now for the border radius, make it 50 pixels so that we get that nice, circular corners. Now in the letter spacing, just type in 2 pixels, okay, which is fine. And let's see. Now here also we have that animation, so we can say do one thing. We can click on this arrow button, click on hover and select 4 over here. Okay, so that whenever someone hovers over this, they can see this beautiful animation. Now let's scroll down and do some changes in the font settings, in the button font settings. So for the font, I want Roboto, which is over here, and I want everything to be uppercase. So I'll select this TT. It will make everything uppercase, which means, capital letter. I want the icon, but I want this icon. Okay, I want to change that. So I want this icon. Now as you can see, when I hover this, I can see that icon. Now let me scroll down and let me add some spacing, because this looks quite thin and here our button looks quite good. So let me add some spacing at top and bottom. So I'll add under this thing custom padding. Top and bottom will be 15 pixels and left and right will be 30 pixels. Fine. Now as you can see, this is how the button looks like. And let's also add this shadow over here. Select the second one, or maybe you can even select the third one. It's all up to you. So click on OK. Let's see how it looks in a mobile phone. Okay, it looks quite good. Okay, so this is how it looks. Let's come back to the desktop version. Alright guys, now only 2 more sections are left, this testimonial section and this contact section. Now as we move further in this video, you will see things starts getting more easier and easier. And let's see how what I mean by that. Now first of all, because if you see this, if you notice one thing, the testimonial section, which is this section, and this section, the our services section, is quite similar in the sense that we have the title, the divider and the sub title over here, and here also we have the same thing, the title, the divider and the subtitle. So we can simply copy and paste that thing and we can use this thing. So we'll save some time. Instead of creating this thing from scratch, we can just use this thing from here. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So to do so, come back on your website, scroll down, and first of all, let's do one thing. Let's come over here, hover this, our services section, right click on this and click on copy section, scroll down. Now right click on this blue plus button and select this thing, paste section. Okay, now as you can see, we have the complete section over here. We can delete this thing because we don't require it right now. And we just have to change this thing. Okay, here it says our customers. So instead of our services, the only thing that we need to do is change this to our customers. Fine. Now click on save. Now we have to click on create this thing, testimonials. Okay, so let's scroll down, click on this plus button and select 2 columns, because now we need only 2 columns, and search for testimonial. Okay, select this one and let me bring it over here. Now first of all, name is this name, whatever this name is, select this thing and paste it under name. Now job title, yeah, here it is, CEO of Apple or any company obviously. Now company name, Apple. Okay, fine. Now here the content or the testimonial will go. So I'll copy this content from here and delete and paste everything over here. Now for the image, I'll upload the image. Okay, so I'll upload this image. Let's select this, click on open, click on upload an image. We have this image over here. Let's scroll down, elements. I don't want this quote icon. As you can see at the top, you have this quote icon, so I don't want this. So I'll make this thing no. Now let's change some settings. Let's design it in a much better way. So select this design. Now select this thing, body text, and for this we want the font to be Nunito, N-U-N-I-T-O. So search for that one, N-U-N-I-T-O. This is the one. Select this and everything should be left aligned. Increase the size to 20 pixels. Okay, this is how it looks. And now let's add that radius. Okay, let's make the corners circular, and let's add this beautiful shadow in the background. So let's see how we can do that. So for that, come over here under spacing, not under spacing. First you have to make this thing circular. So select this border and let's make it maybe 20 pixels border. Okay, so it will make it like this. And let's select this border box shadow and select the first one. Okay, so this is how it will look. Now click on OK. Now this is how it looks. Now we don't have to do this thing again. We can simply copy this and drag this thing over here. Okay, now as you can see, now you can simply go ahead and change the image just like we did right now. Now we can click on this save button and save these settings. Now after that we have the last section, and after that the home page will be completed, and then we'll move on to other pages, and those pages are even more easier. Okay, so first let's complete this section. Let's complete this page. So click on this plus button to add a new row, select regular. Now select this one, this column. Okay, if you see the first column is quite smaller and the second column is quite bigger, select this one. And we have to add this thing first. So first we have this text and then we have this text. Okay, so for that you can use call to action as well as text. So I don't think call to action is required over here. We can use some simple text. So I'll search for text. Okay, select this text module, scroll down. We have this title, reach us, and then we have this text. So let me copy this thing from here, go to text, paste it over here. Okay, now when I come to visual, I have this reaches and I have this text. Okay, so for this reaches, I'll make it heading 1 or heading 2, whatever you make, or let me make it heading 2. And this thing is simple paragraph, which is fine. Okay, now I'll go to design and I'll design it in a much better way. First of all, we'll see the heading design. So go to heading 2. Okay, heading text, because we have selected heading 2. So select that. Let me change the text to railway. Okay, font family to railway. Size and everything looks fine. Just one thing, let me increase the line height. Okay, to EM, because if you see over here, we have a nice amount of gap between this text and this text. Okay, so that is what this line height does. And now let's change the paragraph settings, the simple text setting. So select this text and let's change the font size to 16 pixels. Alright, looks good. And let me increase the line height a bit, 1.8. Fine. So this looks much better. Click on OK. Now after this, we have this thing. We have the icon and we have some text. Okay, so we have the address, phone number, and contact details. So for this, we can use one thing called blurb. So however this, click on this plus button and search for blurb, BLURB, and select this thing. Now, first of all, you have to put in the title. So we don't have any title, so I'll delete this thing. Now we have to put the content. So this is the content, the address or whatever it is. You have to put in your address, obviously. So I'm putting in this address. Now I don't need this image. I want an icon. So I'll select this image and icon, and I'll tick mark this thing, use icon instead of image. And I want this map marker icon. So let's scroll down. Let's find that. Okay, here it is. So select this icon. So this is how it will look, and we have to change this style and design and everything. Okay, so go to design, image and icon, and first of all you have to change the color, whatever color you like. So you can click on this and you can change the color to whatever color you like. Then after that the icon placement should be left, because here also we have the icon at the left hand side. Okay, now rest everything is fine. You don't have to do anything. Simply click on OK. Now copy this thing 2 times. Okay, just like this. Now change the text. Instead of this, just enter the phone number, your own phone number, whatever phone number is there. Change this thing, change the icon, come over here and let me select this phone icon. Okay, here it is. Select this, click on OK, and similarly change the third one as well. Okay, and after that at the bottom we have this social icons. So it's quite easy to add that. Click on this plus button, gray plus button, and search for social media follow. Click on this, and we already have Facebook and Twitter. If you want to do some changes, you can click on this gear icon. Network is Facebook, which is fine, and link, you have to enter your Facebook link. Okay, so whatever your Facebook link is, enter that thing over here. Now come back, and I want to add one more. I want to add Instagram. Okay, which is over here. So we have this 3. Now go to design. No, first come back. Now go to design, alignment, make it center. Okay, click on OK. So we have these things over here. Now let's add this beautiful contact form over here, and let's see how we can do changes in this contact form. So click on this plus button and search for contact form. Select this one. So this is how it looks. First of all, if you see, the name, email address and message are all full width. Here the name and email address are half width. As you can see, both are adjusted in one single line. So first of all, I'll have to make both of them full width. So I'll select this name, click on this gear icon, field option, and I think it's not under field option. Go to design. I think it's under layout. Yeah, here it is layout. Make this thing yes, make full width. Now click on OK. Now select the email. Go to design, layout, make full width. Okay, so this is how it looks. Click on OK again. Now scroll down and do some changes. For example, the title, here the title says leave a message. So copy this title, paste it over here, and you can change the success message and button text. So here the button says send message. So I'll simply type in send message. Fine. Scroll down. Email address, make sure to enter your email address over here. So whatever someone fills in this form, you will receive that on this particular email address. Okay, so make sure to enter that. I don't want this captcha, so I can go to element and I can make this captcha no. So that will just reduce or just remove the captcha. Now let's design this thing. So we don't have a lot to design over here. The only thing that we need to design is this button. So go to design, select button, click on yes. Let me decrease the size to 18. Then the text color should be white. Okay, and background color, you can select any background color. I am selecting this one. Okay, this blue color. Then after that, let's see what we have. Letter spacing, let me add some letter spacing over here, maybe 2 pixels. Looks good. Font family, let me select Roboto or maybe Montserrat. Any font will do. I'm selecting Montserrat this time, and I'll make it all full width. Okay, I don't want any button, anything. It's just a simple button over here. Click on OK. Fine. So this is how it looks. Now let's change the style of this background. So we'll have to add this thing in the background. We have an image, and on top of that we have this color. Okay, so that is the overlay on top of that. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So come over here, select this section, click on this gear icon, select background. First add an image in the background. Let me upload the file, this file business1. Click on open, click on upload an image. Now as you can see, this is how it looks. Okay, so I'll go to this thing, color, I'll add a new color, and you will see nothing happens. Okay, I have entered the color, but still nothing happens. That is because we have to go to image, scroll down, and we have to select this thing under image blend. We have to select overlay. Okay, as you can see, this is how it looks. Now let's decrease the color transparency a little bit. Okay, maybe to, yeah, this looks fine. So around 0.5, this should be looking good. Okay, click on OK. Now we have to add a white color background for all these things so that it looks good. So select this thing, inner row settings, green row settings, background, column 1 background, select white. Okay, looks good. Select column 2 background, again select white. Fine. And now let's add some spacing to these things, because everything is sticking to the corners. So let's add some spacing. So select this spacing. First, let's add spacing for the column 1. So for column 1, for top and bottom, let's select 50 pixels, 50, and for left and right, select 40 pixels, 40. Okay, now as you can see, this looks good. Now let's do the same for this one, for this column 2, this form. Okay, top, bottom, 50 pixels, left, right, 40 pixels. Okay, looking awesome. Click on OK. Now click on this save. And with this, we have completed the home page, as you can see. And just one last time, you can see how it looks on a mobile phone, because your website must be a mobile friendly website, which is very, very important. Now, as you can see, this text looks quite big, so I can do one thing. I can decrease the size a little bit. Heading text, heading 2 it is, and the size is over here, 65. Now what I can do, I can click on this phone button and decrease this to maybe 50. Yeah, 50 looks good. Okay, click on OK. Okay, now again, if you see, there's no gap between these two things, so let's fix this thing. Click on this thing, module setting, design, spacing, margin bottom, let's add 20 pixels. Okay, as you can see, or if you want to add some more gap, let's add 35. Okay, now as you can see, there is some spacing between these two. Click on OK. Scroll down and this section looks amazing. All right, click on OK. So make sure to see whether everything looks good on mobile phone. Okay, so very, very important. Alright, so with this we have completed the home page. If you want to add some simple animation, you can even do that. For example, if you want, you can add animation to one single layer, one single module, or the column or anything. For example, if you want to add animation to only one module, you can select this module, click on the gear icon, go to design, select animation and select the animation type you want. For example, roll. As you can see, you will see the demo on this button, bounce. Click on OK. And if you want to add animation to any single module, just like this, you can add this. Okay, or what you can do, you can add an animation to the entire row. So you can select this gear icon, go to design, select animation, and you can select something like zoom, okay, or maybe fade or slide. Okay, so whatever animation you want, select this thing, click on OK, click on save. Now let's see how our homepage looks like. So what I can do, I can go to my homepage. Now if you see over here, this is the homepage that is looking, but when I click on this home button, this is how it looks. All the animation and everything is working, but I want this as my homepage. This is not my homepage. As you can see, it says your website link /home. I don't want this /home because when I go to homepage, this is some different page. So I want to make this page as the home page. So it's quite easy. Click on this button. Now go to settings and select reading. Select a static page, select home page, and make sure to select the home that we have created and click on save changes. Now let's try again. Click on over here, visit site. Now as you can see, this is our home page. This looks amazing. Okay, now we'll fix this header, this menu later on. First we'll create all the pages, and after that we'll fix the header and footer and all those things. Okay, now the other page that we are going to create is very, very easy. Okay, once we have created the home page, everything is now so easy. Especially after you create the about us page, we have the basic structure and we can apply the same structure for other pages. Obviously you won't understand that. I'll do that and explain it to you. Okay, but for now I need some rest. We have created this thing. I am talking for a very long time. I am losing my voice again and again in the middle, so I need some rest. After some time I'll come and we'll continue the video. Alright guys, so I'm back. Now let's start creating the about us page. First of all, let me show you how the about us page looks like. Alright, so this is our about us page. Looks quite nice, neat and simple. Alright, so most of the thing, if you see, this thing is already present. We have already created this thing as in our home page. So we can copy these sections so that we can use it later on. And yeah, let's do that. So first of all, let me do one thing. Let me again click on enable visual builder in the home page. Now I am on the home page right now. Let's scroll down. Come at the bottom, right click on this section and click select this one, save to library. You can name it anything, so I'm naming it footer section. Fine. Click on save to library. Now this is saved. Now we can use this in any page we want. All right, so first of all we have to create an about us page. So hover this new and click on page because you want to add a new page. You can give it any title, so I'll just simply type in about. Now let's publish this page. Now let's view this page in a new tab. Fine, now click on Enable Visual Builder. Now again we'll choose this build from scratch, and after that for next pages like the contact and the portfolio page, we'll select this one, clone existing page. For now, select this one, build from scratch. First section, if you see, we have this thing in the header, we have our title and the subtitle. So for this we need one single column. So select this and select call to action. Now again here you can select call to action as well as text. It's all up to you. So I'm selecting text for this one. So select text, select the module, and let me copy this text from here and paste it under text section. Now I want to make this about as the heading one, and this should be paragraph, which is fine. All right, let me scroll down and let's go to design. Now let me design this thing. So first of all, if you see, this is quite big, this text is quite big, and this is not that big. Color is white, but we'll change the color later on. First we'll add the this color in the background, and after that we'll change the color. First let's style this text. So first of all, I want to style the title. So I'll select this heading text, heading 1, make sure it's selected. For the font family, I'm going to select Montserrat, and let me make it bold because this is the title. Now for this alignment, I'll select center, and for the font size, I'll select 60 pixels. Okay, so this is how it looks, and I will also increase this line height a bit to 1.4 so that we have some gap at top and bottom. Now let's change the text. Okay, so select this text and change the text height or text size, font size to 22 pixels and line height to 1.8 pixels. And obviously we have to make it center align just like this. All right, we'll change the color later on. First click on OK. Now let's change the background color. Okay, we have to make it this like this, and this is also a gradient. So come over here, hover this, click on this gear icon, click on background, select gradient. Now click on this plus button, and for the first color, I want to choose something like this, very dark blue color. Now the exact code is #3A34E2. Okay, and for the second color, I want to choose this one. So you can choose this exact same color, 496CDC. Now let me change the transparency for both. So for the first one, I'll change the transparency to around 0.9, and for the second one, I'll make it 0.6 or 6 or 7, something in between that. Okay, so that the upper thing is darker and the lower thing is little bit lighter. Okay, so that is what it means. Click on OK. And let's change this color to white. So go to design, text, color white, heading text, color white, click on OK. All right, now let's save this page. So make sure to save the page whenever you do some changes, and we have completed the first section, which was this. Okay, now let's start this section, the services section. So come over here and click on this blue plus button to add a new section. Click on regular. And for first of all, we have to select one single column, select text, select this module, and let's just type in our services over here. Fine. Let me make it heading 1. Go to design and let's do all the changes over here. All right. So heading text, heading 1. For the font, I want it to be Montserrat. And this should be bold, or you can just leave it if you don't want this to be bold. Center align, and for the text size, I want to increase it a bit. So I'll make it 36 pixels. Okay, so this is how it looks. And after that, we can click on OK. Okay, so this is how it looks. Now let's add this divider. So click on this gray plus button, search for divider. Fine. Go to design, select any color of your choice. I'm selecting this color. And after that, we have to go to sizing. Let's increase this width to 4 pixels so that it looks a little bit more bolder. For the height, again we'll select 0 pixels, and for the width 10%. And let's make it center align just like this. Click on OK. Now again, if you notice, there is a lot of gap between the first text and this divider. So to reduce that, select the text, upper text, go to design, spacing, and we have to reduce the margin bottom. So for the margin bottom, type in 15 pixels. Now as you can see, the space is now good. Click on OK. Then after that, we have this text. So let me copy this text, come over here, click on this gray plus buttons. Whenever I add this divider, it becomes quite difficult, so I'll do like this. Okay, just adding something just so that I can, click on this gray plus button. Okay, now I can click on this and search for text module, paste in the content that you want. Now let's style it. Go to design, select text. Now for the font size, I want this to be 15 pixels, and let me make it center align. Fine. Click on OK. Now again, we can reduce the size of this column, so we can click on this gear icon, go to style, sizing, custom width, and let's make it 800. Yeah, looks good. Click on OK. Now let's save this page. Now after this, we have this blurb. Okay, so this is blurb, and we have 3 different columns. So click on this green button to add a new section and select 3 columns. Now search for blurb module, select this thing. For the title, we have financial advice. Obviously, you have to give the title of your service, the service that you're providing. And for the text, we have this simple text over here. So let me copy this and let's paste it over here. Fine. For the icon, I don't want the image, I want the icon, so I can make this yes, use icon, and this is the bulb icon. Let's search for that. Here it is. Select this thing. Now let's design it. So go to design, select the image and icon, change the color. I want this color. Alright, because this is the color consistent throughout the website. So I'll select this one. I'll scroll down and I'll also change the size of this thing. This looks quite big. This is the default size is 96. I'll make it 60 pixels. Okay, now this size looks good. Now let's change the title text. Okay, here it is, title text. For the font family, I want this to be Montserrat. Font size 22 pixels should be fine. Yeah, looking good. And let's increase the line height to 1.8. Okay, and make everything center align, which is over here, alignments, make it center align. And after that, let's change the simple text. So select this thing, and for this one, I want the size to be, oh, here it is, body text. Okay, select this one and make the size as 16 pixels and line height as 1.8 or 1.9. And again, we have to make it center align. So let's select this thing. Now save this thing. So we have to, let's add some gap over here. Okay, so it's quite easy to do that. Now we can simply copy this module, paste it over here. Again, paste it over here. Now as you can see, this looks amazing. We can save this page, and again we can go ahead, change the title, change the icon and everything. It's quite easy. The styling is already done. We just need to change the title and the icon. Now let's start creating this section, MailChimp newsletter section. Now first of all, make sure you have an account with MailChimp. It's a free service provider. It allows you to do email marketing for free. So if you want to learn more about email marketing and how to do free email marketing, you can go to YouTube and search for Nayyar Shaikh email marketing. You'll get a complete 1 hour long tutorial. Watch that, you'll get a better idea about it. Okay. Now come back to this page, click on this plus button, select regular. Select one single column, and as you can see, this is what we have to do. First of all, we have to add this title and all these things. So for that, we can copy this from here. Okay, we can copy this section so that you don't have to do it again. So I'll cut this thing and I'll cut this as well. I'll come over here, copy this. Okay, so select this, copy row. Now scroll down and just enter Ctrl V. This will be pasted over here. Okay. Now what we have to do, you have to do few changes over here. Change this title. So instead of our services, put this thing, and instead of this text you can change the text you want. Okay, and let's change the color to white. So design, and heading color white. Okay, it will obviously disappear because the background is also white, but we don't need to worry about that. Simply scroll down and click on OK. Now let's change the color of this divider. So select this gear icon, go to design, color white. Okay, now select this text and let's change the color to white. Text, color white. Fine. Now let's change the color of the background so that we can see everything. All this white thing will start showing on the website. Okay, now come over here, select this thing, gear icon for the row, background, and select any color that you want for the background. So I want this color, click on OK. Okay, fine. And after that we have to use this MailChimp thing. Okay, so we will click on this green button, click on this one single column and search for email opt-in. Okay, select this email opt-in. This is how you'll see a screen. Now first of all, we don't want the title, so we'll delete it. And after that we also don't want this text, so we'll delete this as well. Now we'll scroll down and we'll see this background. We don't want the background, so we'll make it no. Now go to design and layout. In the layout, select this one, body on top, body on top, form on bottom. Okay, and first name full width, all this full width, which is fine. Click on OK. Now first of all, let's decrease the size of this. So again we'll select this thing, this row, go to design, sizing, and use custom width, and let's make it 700 or maybe smaller than this. I guess let's make it 550. Yeah, this is looking better. Click on OK. Now again come over here, we have to do few settings. Now scroll down and email account, you have to select MailChimp, and in the list you won't see anything, so click on add new, enter the account name. For example, I'm just typing in Nayyar Shaikh, and you have to enter the API key. So to get the API key, go to mailchimp.com. Now click on this and select account. Click on extra and select API keys. You'll see your API key over here. Copy it from here, come and paste it under API key, click on submit. As you can see, it has accepted. Now you can select any list that you want. Okay, as you can see, I have some list created. Again, I'm saying if you want to learn more about email marketing, what is list, what is all these things, you can watch that video. Go to YouTube, search for Nayyar Shaikh email marketing, you'll get that video. Okay, you'll learn more about email marketing. So suppose I want to use this one, list 2. So I can come over here and select that. List 2, here it is. Okay, so this is how easy it is. And if you want to add or remove some fields from here, you can do that as well. For example, when you see fields, if you don't want the first name field, you can just make it no. Okay, so you can do these things as well. Click on OK and everything is fine over here. Let's save this page. Now after that we have this section. Okay, this creative team section. Now again for this, what I'll do is I'll copy this complete section, right click on this and click on copy section. Come over here, right click on this blue plus button and select paste section, so that we can use these title and all those things. So here it says creative team and rest everything is fine and same. So I'll select this thing. Instead of our services, I'll type in creative team and click on OK. Now I don't want this thing, so I'll delete it. I'll add a new row here with 3 columns and I want to add this thing. Okay, so this module is called person module. So search for person, select this one. Now the name of this person is this. So copy and paste in the name over here. Position is CEO of this company. So copy and paste in the position. If you want to showcase the Facebook and all these Twitter URLs, you can simply enter the link. I'm not entering any link. I'm simply typing in this hashtag over here. Okay, now for this content, there's no content over here, so we can delete this content. Okay, Now after this we have the image option, so let's upload the image. Select image, upload an image. Select this file and let me select this one. Click on open. Click on upload an image. Okay, now let's design this thing. So click on design. Now for the title text, I want this to be Montserrat. So I'll select this and Montserrat, and for the titles size, font size 22 pixels, make it center align. And I want to increase the line height so that we have some gap. So 2 EM for that. Now select this one, body text, and let's make it 16 pixels and also make it center aligned. Okay, so this is how it is looking. If you want, you can decrease this line height if you want. Okay, it's all up to you. Okay, so this is how it will look. You can change the color as well if you want the black color. As you can see, you have the black color. It's all up to you. Now click on OK. Again, let me just copy this from here, copy module, paste module over here, and also the paste module over here. Now let me add some gap over here at the top. So I'll do it like this and scroll down, and after that we have this particular section. We have already saved it, so we can click on this plus button and select add from library and select this one, footer section. Okay, as you can see, exact same website. So we can save this thing. We can see whether everything is looking perfect in a mobile phone. You can change these things if you want. So everything looks awesome. Okay. Now because we have one page ready, now the rest of the pages is really easy, very easy. You'll see it by yourself. Okay. So let me do one thing. Let me click this new and click on page. Let's add a new page. Let's add the contact page. Now you'll see how easy it is to do the rest of the pages, because we have one format ready for us, the about us page format. We can use the same format to create other pages. Okay, so just enter the title and publish this page. Now click on view page, enable visual builder. Now this time we have to select this one, clone existing page. So select this and it will show you the existing pages. So we should have two page, home page and about page. So we have to select the about page. So select this, it will import the entire page for you. Alright, now because we have the format ready, it is quite easy for us to create this page. So first let's see the contact page, how it looks. Alright, so as you can see, this is how it looks. So we can do it easily. Now let me copy this text from here and change this text. Okay, instead of about, let me just type in or paste in this text. Click on OK. Instead of our services, let me type in reach us. As you can see, it has become so easy. Instead of our services, I'll type in reach us. Click on OK. And this is also a blurb, so we can do the changes easily. I'll select this thing. Okay, and here we have the title as find us. So I'll change the title from here. Then we have this is the content also pasted, and we have the icon, this map marker. Okay, so select this icon and select that map marker icon, which is, let's search over here, select this one. Okay, you can change the color if you want. You can go to image and icon, you can just make any color. Okay, it's all up to you. Now click on, let me just make the default color. Click on OK. Now similarly you can change these things as well. Okay, the phone icon and the email address. Now after this we have this section, the get in touch section, and at the bottom we have the map. Okay, for the get in touch section we don't have to do a lot of thing over here. We just first let's change all these titles and so on. Get in touch, so let's change this title, get in touch. Let's remove this thing and let me add this contact thing. So click on this plus button, select a single column and search for contact form. Select this. Okay, this is how it looks. Now you already know how to do this thing, because we have already seen how to make changes while we are creating this contact form on the home page. So it does not make any sense to show the same things again. Okay, So I'll leave this thing. You can just change the button style, and make sure to enter your email address over here. Okay, under email, make sure you enter your email address over here, so that whenever someone fills in this form, you receive all the data on your email address. Fine. Now after this, at the bottom we have this map. So let me come over here, delete this section, not required, delete this section as well. Okay, so let's delete it, click on save. Now there are two ways of adding a map. The most common one is by using the map module, Google Map module. But here I would not recommend you to do that, because there is something not wrong going on with Google Map, but they have changed their rules, and there is now a lot of restrictions on how you can use Google Maps on your website. You have to have active billing plan, which means that you have to give your credit card details to Google, and there is a lot of things going on. So for now we won't be using that method. I'll show you an easy method. Okay, so go to maps.google.com or google.co.in. Now you can search for your business address over here. So if you can just scroll down, you can search for your business address. If you haven't just entered or entered your address on Google Map, just make sure you do that, and after that you can search for that one. For example, I'm going to add the map for Antalya. Now this is the home of the richest person in Mumbai or in India, Mukesh Ambani. So nothing to do with me, but because it's a famous place, you can get the map easily. That is the reason I'm using this. Okay, so this is the map. Now after this, what we have to do is we have to click on this menu and click on share or embed map. Now you'll see this thing, click on embed map. You'll see this copy, this color, this text over here. Click on copy HTML. Come on your website, add a new row, single column, and select the text module. Now go to text section and paste in this code. Now this is how it will look. We have to do some changes over here. For example, if you see under this code, we have this width and height. So for the width, it is 600. Just change that and make it 100%. Okay, very important. And if you want to change the height, for example, it is 450. If you want to make it 600, you can do that as well. Click on OK. Now after that, I want to make it all full width. So I'll select this column, go to design, sizing, make this column full width, custom gutter, and make it 1. Okay, click on OK. Now we can get rid of all this gap. You can simply just hover this and remove all this gap from top and bottom. Okay, now click on save. So with this, our contact page is also created so easily. Now the last thing left is to create the portfolio or the services page. So again, quite easy. Just hover this new, click on page. Now whatever page you're creating, portfolio or services page, just enter that title. So I'm entering portfolio over here and click on publish. Now click on view page, enable visual builder. Now again, we'll be using the clone existing page, but let me show you this option because we haven't used it. So let me show you how you can use this option. So there are many pre-built, pre-made layouts available with Divi. You can use them as well. For example, when you click on this, you can see these pre-made layouts and so on. Let it load. You can see there are so many beautiful pre-made layouts. You can simply go ahead and copy any one of these. For example, if you like this SEO agency one, you can select this. And because we want the portfolio page, you can go to portfolio services. For example, this is the services page. You can select this and click on use this layout, and all this thing will be imported on your website. So you can even do that as well if you want. But we'll be using this one, your existing pages, and we'll clone the about page and we'll do the changes accordingly. But you can just use some pre-made layouts and do the changes accordingly. Okay, you have both the options available with you. Now let me open the portfolio page. Let's see how it looks. All right, so this is how it looks. Okay, very similar, very simple section. Let me see over here. Yeah, fine. So let me do one thing. First of all, let's change this thing title. Instead of about, let's type in our work. Come to visual, select about and type our work. Click on OK. Instead of our services, it says case studies. Okay, so select this, type in case studies, click on OK. Now this is also blurb and this is also blurb. Okay, so first of all, let me just delete this, or if you want, you can use this as well. You have 3 columns, we want only 2 columns, because as you can see, we have only 2 columns in this portfolio page. So you can select this thing. When you hover this, you will see this option. Okay, change column structure, click on that and select 2 columns. Now as you can see, we have 2 columns. We can get rid of this, click on delete, and we can make changes because this is also blurb and this is also blurb, so we can use this as well. Let me show you how you can do that. So first of all, click on this gear icon. Instead of this icon, we want to use this image. So, and the title over here says this. Okay, let me copy the title, paste it under title. Let me copy this text and paste this under this text. Okay, now everything in this example is left aligned, so we'll fix that. First of all, select this image. We don't want the icon, we want the image. So select the image, upload files, select files, and let's select this image and click on open. Click on upload an image. Okay, so this is how it looks. Now let's fix this. Click on design image, and we have to make everything left aligned. So let's see, title text, alignment left, and body text is over here. Yeah, body text left align. Click on OK. Now we can get rid of this and we can copy and paste in this module. Now you can just change the image and rest everything will be fine. And if you want to copy this section, click on this. Now as you can see, 2 more is present. You can change the things accordingly. Okay, and after that we have this this section which is already present and this section which is also already present. We don't want this, so we can delete this thing, and this is already present. So click on save. So as you can see, once you have one single format, you can increase your speed. You can just use them and do the changes accordingly. Now we have to do few settings. We have to change the header and the footer settings. Okay, let's see how we can do that. So to change the header settings, hover this block tool and select this theme customizer. First of all, we have this logo over here. If you want to change the logo, go to general settings, site identity. Now here, as you can see, if you want, you can change the site title, tagline, and also make sure to select and enter a site icon. Make sure that site icon is a square image. This is not a logo, this is something else, but very important. And after that, we have the layout settings and all these things. So we are not interested in this. Simply come on this section, header and navigation. Header format, there are many different formats available. This is the default one. If you select this centered, you'll see your logo comes over here and the menu looks like this. Okay, we have some more like full screen. This is how the menu will look like. When you click on this, you'll see the menu in full screen. Okay, but I want the default one, so I'll select this, come back, primary menu bar. If you want to hide the logo, you can simply tick mark over here, the logo will get hidden. So I don't want to do that. Now, first of all, what you have to do, we have to change these things. Okay, text size and all these things. So if you want, you can change the text size. If you can increase or decrease this. For example, let's select 15 pixels. And for the font, I want the Montserrat for the menu. So I'll go to M section. And here it is. Okay, nice and simple. I want everything uppercase, so I'll select this thing. Everything is now uppercase, and let me decrease this size to 14. Okay, looking better. We'll have to create a menu. This is not the menu. We'll have to fix that thing. Okay. Now, if you see over here, we don't have any background color. It's a transparent menu. Okay, throughout the website. Let me go to home page. It's a transparent menu. So we'll have to, just get rid of the background color. So here we have the background color. Select this And if you want to make it transparent, select the second one, make it at the bottom. Now as you can see, it is transparent. Now we have to change the text color and let's make it white and make sure to increase the transparency. Okay, now this is how it looks, just like the website. And the active link color, this is the active link color, which means the active page will be yellow color. It's all up to you. If you want, you can do that. So active link color, I'll select yellow color. Okay, looking good, everything looking fine. Click on publish when you're done with this. Now come back and let me do one thing. Now when you scroll down, as you can see, the menu looks, but because it is white, it is getting disappeared. So I'll do something like this. Okay, when you scroll down, the menu color becomes something like this. It is still transparent. We can see what is behind this menu, but we can also see the color. We can also see the menu. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. Select this fixed navigation setting and primary menu background color. Select any color that you want and decrease the transparency. Okay, just like this. Now as you can see, when I scroll down, this is how it looks. Quite amazing. Now click on publish again. Let's come back. Let's do the footer settings. So select the footer and let me first go to footer. Now we have to change this thing, designed by elegant themes and so on. So select this thing, bottom footer, and you have to type whatever you want. So I'll type in made with love. I'll add that heart icon, heart emoji. So I'll go to Emojipedia, or you can simply go to Google and type in heart icon emoji or heart emoji. Okay, copy this from here, select it, copy it, come over here, paste it over here. It will start showing on your website. So made with love by Nayyar Shaikh. You can use the HTML tags over here if you want. Click on publish. Okay, now if you want to change the link for these things, let me show you how you can do that and how you can change the logo. Okay, so click on this X button to get rid of this, to exit this page. Now for more settings, we'll hover this and click on dashboard. First, let's go to dashboard. Now select this thing Divi and click on theme options. Now first of all, if you want to upload your logo, you can just upload anything and as your logo. I don't want to do that, but if you want to do that, you can do that. Fixed navigation, yes, we want the fixed navigation. And after that, scroll down and yeah, here you have to enter the Facebook, Twitter, all this URL, and this will change the URL for all these links. Okay, and we had, yeah, smooth scrolling, enable it. It will look much better on your website. And back to top button, make sure to enable this as well. Click on save changes. Let me show you what this will do. Let's open our website in a new tab. Now let me scroll. Now as you can see, this is smooth scrolling is enabled. And we have this button. When you click on this, you're redirected to the top section. So that is the back to top button. Okay, we haven't yet completed the website. Actually, we just one more thing is left, creating the menu. Okay, this is not the menu we want. It has uncategorized sample page and all these things. This is not required. So let's create our own menu. Hover this and click on menus. Give any name. So I'm naming it main menu. Click on create menu. And add all those things that you want. So I want the home page, about, contact and portfolio. I want the home page at the top, then the about, then the portfolio, then the contact, and make sure primary menu is tick mark over here. Click on save menu. Now let's go to the website. And as you can see, this looks amazing. This is yellow color because this is the active page. If I go to about will become yellow color because this is the active page. Now as you can see, everything is working properly. Alright guys, so with this we have completed this tutorial. This was a very, I had put a lot of efforts in creating this design and creating this tutorial. So I hope you guys will appreciate that. If you like this video, give a thumbs up to this video. If you find it helpful, share it with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. I would really appreciate that. If you have any doubt, any comments, any suggestions for me, you can leave them in the comment section below. Thanks a lot for watching guys. See you soon.